Hi, I'm Peter Haddock and I'm here with Louise Ward, who's the Apprenticeship Manager for the West Midlands Combined Authority. We're at a very busy event here, Louise, today because we're celebrating the levy, the Apprenticeship Levy, and you've been highly involved in making that work in the West Midlands Combined Authority. It's not just about the levy, is it? It's about people giving their proportion of the levy that they're not using away to you and the Combined Authority to do some good stuff with. So tell me all about how that works, why we're here today, 3 years on. What have we achieved?
Fabulous. Well, thank you, Peter, for having us. Today, the West Midlands Combined Authority, we had a devolution deal back in 2018 now with the West Midlands.
Wow.
So it was agreed with government.
Yep.
And actually, as part of that, it was about how do we repurpose unspent funds from large levy paying employers to support smaller employers, the micro businesses, our residents, more importantly, back into our region. So that was set up back in 2018. 2019 we launched the scheme. I think we started off with a couple of levy donors, Lloyd's being one of them, HSBC.
Yep.
And then from there, we've got 48 levy donors.
Hold on 1 minute. So we've got 48 levy donors.
48
One of them is here
partners.
today that I spend a lot of money with, Amazon.
Fabulous.
That is, we're going to talk to, that they've really embraced that as well as the others.
Yeah.
But that's a huge jump from a
Massive.
couple to that now. So how does that impact the numbers then? Give me
Okay.
some idea of the numbers that we're talking about now.
Yeah, so alone, obviously we've got to have the donors, the
Yeah.
48 levy donors, which is fantastic and great, but actually we need the training providers and colleges that have worked as partners with us. They have been an integral part of this scheme. They've been going out, engaging with smaller employers, micro businesses, and actually saying, do you know what, we've partnered with the West Midlands Combined Authority, there's 100% funding that's available through large levy paying employers. Get on board. So figures to date.
Go on.
And you're going to test me
Let's
now.
hear them. Go on. Let's hear them.
788 SMEs.
788
Yes.
SMEs helped by those 40
By the last
plus
3
people
years.
in the last 3 years.
Yep. And then on top of that, we're just short of 2,500 apprentices that have gone through the scheme as well.
2,500 apprentices. That's new jobs, thanks to this levy, thanks to this deal, thanks to the donors, thanks to this sort of puzzle that you've been putting together. And then the colleges, I'm assuming the colleges have had to expand and to actually cater, to deliver all the training for those 2,500.
Yeah, and I think the pandemic has had an impact in terms of supporting. So we wanted to support more SMEs. The levy has created kind of a little bit of a monster in the marketplace whereby, you know, they're going after large employers, but actually £300 million was withdrawn from national government to support the smaller employers. So actually we did it at the right time to support the businesses and encourage more people to take them on. I think we're really proud to say that actually 40% of the learners that have gone through, 994 learners, I know off the top of my head.
Wow, another great figure.
You can take that whether it's sad or not.
Yeah.
994 learners that have gone through that are 16 to 24 year olds.
Wow, so that's nearly 1,000 people,
Yeah.
16 to 24-year-olds, who will have struggled to get employment opportunities and skills opportunities, particularly because of the pandemic, and they've gone through. I spoke to one of those SMEs earlier, AE Aerospace, and they turned around and said, we reintroduced our apprenticeship scheme a few years ago.
Yes.
They said we could take on 2 apprenticeships, right? Now they've taken on, thanks to the levy, thanks to the work you and the team have done at the West Midlands Combined Authority, 6 new apprentices.
Fabulous.
Not 2, 6. And now that's happened year after year. So now they've got 12 that are running through thanks to the levy. That's how impactful that is. And that is well over 10% of their entire business.
Yeah.
This is why it's important, isn't it?
Completely. And I think it's about how do we support our residents, how do we support our businesses, particularly, yes, there are a lot of job opportunities, but actually it's re-educating employers to take on people who probably aren't as job ready, but actually nurturing them through and giving them an opportunity to go through the apprenticeship. I think as a region, we have seen employment go up.
Yep.
We've seen vacancies go up.
Yep.
We've seen unemployment go down, which is fantastic bounce back from obviously the pandemic. But actually now what we are seeing is a labour shortage.
Right.
So we need to make sure that we're tapping into individuals that are potentially on universal credit, or those that are furthest from the labour market, or those that are inactive, that haven't worked for a while. So actually it's about re-energising and rethinking as a business, how do I attract my talent? How do I bring them in? And apprenticeships are great, particularly if you can look at a career pathway from level 2 up to a degree level.
Yep, and that's just what I've spoken to with LJ at AE Aerospace.
Yeah.
He is now second year apprentice because of the levy, and he's going on to university. That will be funded by the business. They're investing a lot of money. He's turned around and said, got money in my pocket now. I've got a car that I've bought myself, and he's been able to help his friends and his family financially. And so that's a big step. And the biggest step is, like you said, bringing those people out. And he said, I've had to learn how to get out of bed in the morning. I've had to learn how to do a full day's work. And all of that are life skills that he's going to take forward, as are the other nearly 1,000 people that you talked about there, and the people that have come into the scheme as well, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's been a great success, and actually it's a true partnership of how do we operate. And we are, dare I say, the best performing across the region. I think a lot of other combined authorities and other initiatives have kind of come to us and say, actually, how have you guys done it?
Great.
And actually, we've done it in partnership with the Education and Skills Funding Agency, so they've been behind it. And actually, we've helped shape and mould what does that look like for the National Levy Transfer system.
And so what that's doing, the West Midlands Combined Authority here, getting jobs for local people, helping local businesses, SMEs in particular, with this levy. Skills we need, filling the jobs, looking at all of the projects like things like HS2 that are coming into the area, supporting that. You know, I'm going to Wolverhampton City College on Friday. We're now on Wednesday, folks, to actually see the next phase in their electric revolution with how they're training people. And those are, again, are more people coming in to the region, getting training skills. Thanks to you and the team. And thanks very much, Louise, for spending some time with me today. That's brilliant. Cheers.
Thanks for having me.